People have forgotten that Russia was kicking our butts back in the space race, and President Kennedy chose to catch up by going to the moon. It was a big leapfrog. So what happened is Downey facilities got chosen to make the spacecraft, and they had auxiliary buildings outside of Downey. This is one they're going to talk about first. It's the facility we had North Long Beach. It did all the small components like testing the gloves and things of that nature, and some of the cabinets, test cabinets they had in the different areas of Cape and Mississippi, and you name it. We had facilities all over the United States. So this is a facility now that is a shopping center, but here's the layout at the time. We had quite a bit of equipment in there. I'll go through them as they show them. First one I'll talk about is the cryogenic area. What that was for is to test all the different temperatures needed for the spacecraft, like the helium and different areas like this. This was the test area that we had. We had the technicians with the oscilloscopes and different test equipment that was used there. And this is a cabinet that was there, a test cabinet for the checking the antennas of the and all the S-band equipment. And this is showing what is required to run S-band tests. They would check VSWR, which is a standing wave, and then the insertion loss. It's a little more complicated for just this video, but I thought I'd show some of the equipment that was used there. This was a Diploco machine. This thing was a horrible machine. We had to hook a bunch of cables on there. I mean, it was a mess. Looks just like that photo. And then we would run the tests, and it was time consuming. I hated working on the machine, but everybody kind of had to take their turn. This is the gals that were working in there too. They had their benches doing electronic components in there. This is not exactly the same photos in that building, but that's the only one I could find that shows assemblers working on the type of equipment we're doing. Now this is the lobby for the Compton facility, and this shows the different buildings. They're on Manville, and it shows the location on the area map. And this shows, it identifies the buildings we had there, the building numbers. It was buildings 340 to 345. And there's a closer view of it, aerial views. They've changed a little bit since that time. Now this is building 201 Manville, the one I worked in, and we had a facility in there that tested things, and that's the inside of it. It's they had these power things on top to use for our power when we were on our workbenches. And this is a thing we did for one of the girls' birthdays. And I just thought I'd throw some of my memorabilia equipment that was there. And it's things I used. I displayed at a presentation I did at a library in Las Vegas, and it was successful. People liked it, and I showed to my badges and things of that nature. Some signatures I had from the astronauts, and some of the equipment that was on the bird that I managed to scrounge up. And this is the end, coming to the end of my video. Thank you for watching. Thank you, and goodbye.